Alright y'all, what's up? It's your boy, Mo Winfrey. I came to talk to you today about keeping your side bitches in check, nigga.
Keeping your side bitches in check, nigga.
And I'm not just talking about niggas, I'm talking about all nationalities, really. Cause, you know, sometimes we not keeping our side bitches in check, you know what I'm saying? And side bitches sometimes don't know when to stay in their place because they don't even really know they're a side bitch. And that's where a lot of niggas fucking up, really. Because we not letting them know that they a side bitch. We ain't establishing the fact that they a side bitch. Now you gotta understand how you gonna do this. And I'm here to tell you how to do this. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert on this shit.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert on this shit.
So a lot of the shit I might say, don't take it, you know, and run with it. I want to do some research on it. Ask a few pimps in the day, because I'm not a pimp. I ain't no player. I ain't got those. I'm just telling you, from what I've seen, you know, and personally experienced in the short amount of time that I done experienced it, you gotta know how to keep these bitches in check. Preferably your side bitches, because your main bitch, you know, yeah, that ain't much a problem, you know, just, you know, don't go Chris Brown on her head. That's all I gotta say. But I'm finna tell you how to get this shit straight. Probably not. It's probably gonna be a 10-minute video. I don't know. It just depends on how pissed off I get. I don't know. So, to start off, your side bitch. You gotta understand how to get one in the first place. If you got a main chick, the only reason you need a side bitch is if she ain't giving you no pussy on a regular basis. Now, what I define as a regular basis and what you define as a regular basis is two completely different things. I consider regular basis almost every other day or every other weekend. You know, it just depends on how y'all love life is, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like I said, your stuff might be completely different. You might consider a regular basis every 3 months. And you might be a crazy, unhorny ass nigga if that's your shit. But if she ain't giving you pussy on a regular basis and y'all always arguing or some shit, that's the only reason you might have to think about having a side bitch. Now, you know, like I said, don't take me personally on this because either it hasn't worked for me or no, I just ain't tried. Probably the second. After you do that, after you establish that you need one, understand the rules that you want for a side bitch. The rules that you want for a side bitch is the most important thing on how to keep these bitches in check. Now, you gotta understand what you want from a side bitch. Do you want pussy? Do you want just conversation? Which is probably 99% of the time is pussy. So, you gotta understand what type of pussy you want. Do you want a light skin, which, you know, they could fuck you over, you know, big time. Do you want a brown skin, which could go either way? And then you got a dark skin, you know, which you never know what they're gonna do. And then, and that's just to my black brothers out there, to all my other nationalities. And I'm not being racist here. So, don't get me wrong. This could happen with all females. If you get you a white bitch, preferably a blonde one, you gotta watch out what you do, what you say, and how you say it to them. Let me explain this to you. What you do, you gotta understand how. Cause for us dudes, once you go black, you don't go back. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to. I'm not saying that we force you not to. I'm saying you don't want to go back. So, once you go black, or any other thing, you probably not gonna want to go back. I'm just saying. That's just how the mentality works. So you gotta understand how good you want to put it in. You want to give it good enough so that she can maintain being a side bitch. But you don't want to give it too good to where she thinking she own you and shit. And you gotta understand, you gotta talk to these bitches first. That's another thing that niggas don't be doing. And I'm not just saying niggas with like black niggas. I'm talking about all niggas. Black, white, Mexican, European, all that other shit. They don't be talking to these folk to understand if the bitch is possessive or not. Once you have sex with her, you gotta understand, is she gonna, you know, be putting hickeys on mine where I gotta hide my shit and wear a turtleneck all the time? And who the fuck wanna wear a turtleneck? You gotta understand this shit. Okay, and then after you done established all of that, then you start searching. I preferably, you know, wouldn't go to Instagram Twitter, Facebook, none of that shit. Because bitches look better in person than they do online. And sometimes it's vice versa. Most of the time it's vice versa. Because, you know, I'd probably say about 25% of all humanity looks better in a picture than they do in person. And the other 75, usually it's some filter or some other shit. Or, you know, it's just a good camera angle. I mean, I done got catfish, bruh. I mean, the camera angle mean a lot. Yeah, so just do it in person, you know. Just go to Walmart or something like that. Target, you know, the mall. The mall is always a good place. You know, the fair, you know, just, you know, get you a few numbers, you know what I'm saying? Talk it out with them, you know, talk for them about a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. And, you know, see if they can possess it to your ass or not. And then, you know, you cut the possessive bitches off because, you know, they gonna get crazy on your ass. That's just how you keep them in check. You know, you like, so once you see it's going in one direction, you want to either keep it in that direction or move the other way. I'm just saying, because once you in so deep, you can't get out. I'm just telling you, I'm telling you this. Once you get deep, you can't get back out of that motherfucker. You either in that bitch and you gotta be an asshole to get out of it, or you in that bitch to stay. I'm just saying. Literally, if you in that bitch, you in that bitch. And then you gotta understand if this bitch is a freaky bitch or if she is a crazy bitch. And what I mean by crazy bitch is that when you finna nut and she tighten up where you can't get out. Nigga, you wanna, you know, chop your dick off or some shit, cause that bitch is crazy. And you crazy if you would take that advice. Chopping your dick off is never enough. Never do that. And then if you ever get to the point where steps 1, 2, 3 didn't work, then you in so damn deep, be an asshole. That's all you gotta do. Be an asshole and get rid of that bitch. And if she's still around, you might want to get the bitch checked, cause you don't know what she talking about. Like, if she just start talking to you about random shit and starts just saying some random shit, saying she pregnant, saying she missing periods and shit, see if what she's saying is true first. And then when you find out she lying, then that's when you know, be a complete dick to her, you know what I'm saying? Here's another thing. If you feel like your main bitch is slipping and y'all, you know, break up some type of way, do not turn around a day or two or a week or two or even a fucking month or two later to get with your side bitch. Cause for one, you probably gonna have more than one side bitch. And then two, she gonna get skeptical and will be like, well, you cheating on my ass. And that's a whole nother different story that you don't want to get into. And I'm not gonna get into it because I ain't never been in. So I'm just making all that shit up in my head. So I ain't even gonna talk about that. But that is some drama because I done seen this shit. And I'm not talking about TV because I don't even watch TV. So, I mean, you gotta understand the science that comes behind and the math that comes behind all of these bitches, man. For real. I ain't even bullshitting when I'm saying that. Understanding females has to be the number one thing that's wrong with niggas. We can't do it. We can't do that shit at all. And so I'm telling you, as a nigga, as a human being, as, you know, a normal, well, I can't call myself normal, but as a nigga with hormones, you gotta understand how these girls gonna work. How they gonna treat your ass and how you should treat their ass and all that other bullshit. So I mean, side bitches, keep them in check, cause otherwise you in the doghouse, for real. So yeah, I hope y'all like that jump. It just came off the dome. I knew I said I was gonna make one. I didn't know it was gonna be so long until it was gonna be made, but it's getting made. So I gave it to you. I didn't lie to you and say it was coming and it didn't come. So it just took me a lot longer. So I mean, appreciate y'all watching this. Share it with your folk. You know, talk to them. You know, tell them to share it. Tell them to like it. Tell them to dislike it. You know, if you don't like it, tell them to dislike it. But if you like it, don't tell them to dislike it. That don't make no sense. You know, comment. You know, anything you disagree with, agree with. You know, and then subscribe. I mean, subscribers is what makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? I look at my subscribers and I smile because I see that y'all ain't growing. It ain't growing in a while because I ain't been on. But I like it when I see more subscribers subscribing to my shit. So just do that. everything I just told you. And I will see you next time I upload. This is your boy Mo Winfrey. Follow me on Instagram when it says it right there.
I got a bitch named Vanessa. She like how I finesse her. I'm comfortable by her. I put my pistols on the dresser. Had a threesome with a sister. They thought I was scared to ask them. Bust a nut and hit the bathroom. Grab the towel, clean my mess up. I be swagging on these hoes. I ain't laughing with these hoes. I will crack your fucking skull before I crack a fucking joke. Got some OG straight from Cali.